Everybody settled in? Okay. I'll call to order the regular scheduled meeting of the Salina Human Relations Commission. I would ask the staff for confirmation that the Kansas Open Meetings Act required notice has been properly obtained.
Yes, it has.
Okay, could you please conduct a roll call?
Yes. Commissioner Grinter?
Present.
Commissioner Booker?
Present.
Commissioner Canales?
Present.
Commissioner Burchell?
Present.
Commissioner Rodriguez?
Here.
Commissioner Holt-Burrs? Commissioner Godsey?
Present.
Commissioner Rivers? Youth on Board Escobedo?
Here.
Okay, we do have a quorum. It'll take us next to approval of minutes. The minutes are in your packets from our August 11th meeting. I will entertain a motion, since we have new board members, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
With a, I would say with a motion. With a motion to approve Agenda 2.1, approval of minutes of the August 11th, 2020 regular meeting.
Is there-
I second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call it for question. All those in favor of approving the minutes, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. The minutes are approved. That takes us on to our agenda, to new business, and we do have some new faces at the commission. And I'm glad to see you all here and welcome aboard. It is a pleasure to see citizens willing to engage in the work of our city. So it would help, I think, everyone if we could do just a quick introduction, just starting down at my right.
So my name is Chris Grinter. I have worked in the Salina area for 5 years now. I used to live in Manhattan, and now I, 2 years ago, moved with my wife to Salina. So very excited to serve.
Thank you.
I am Anshonda Booker, and I have lived in the Salina area for 7 years and worked for 7 years in the Salina area.
My name is Claudia Canales. I am a psychologist, and I've been working here for 5 years at Salina Regional Health Center.
I'm John Burchell. I'm a professor at Kansas Wesleyan University, and I moved to Salina in 1976. So I think I've been here for long enough to be considered an adopted child.
My name's Maritza Rodriguez. I am a social work major at Kansas State Polytechnic. This is my senior year there, and I have been in Kansas for 17 years, so I would have to say I'm adopted into Salina as well. So yeah.
I'm Glenn Godsey. I'm active duty Air National Guard out at the bombing range, and I'm a Salina native.
Well, welcome aboard to all of you. It's, again, a pleasure to see you all here, and welcome aboard. That takes us to our next item on the agenda, elections.
Yes, we will be holding elections, and so if you please turn to the page after the minutes for any wording that you guys would like to take. And so, Chair, you can go ahead and just hold the elections we'll be having for chair and vice chair.
Well, hang on, I'm trying to get to my section of elections. I'm coming, I'm getting there. I have quite a few, I'm sorry, I got a lot of notes here. No, and of course, I am missing my election form, so we'll share. We're okay.
Okay.
We're just fine.
I see a co-chair already in the making.
Well, let me tell you, yes, well, it's and I'm the acting chair because I was first to attend the meeting this yeah. So we have two positions to fill, chair and vice chair. And so I will entertain a motion for chair. Is there a motion?
I motion that Burchell be the chair.
I second the motion.
Okay, there is a motion to nominate and move to elect John Burchell as Chair, as Human Relations Commission Chair. So is that a correct paraphrase of the motion?
That is correct, sir.
Okay. Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
So we have the second. Okay, so are there any more discussions or nominations? Oh, come on.
Vice chair. I'm looking at a vice chair.
Well, let's just take care of this one at a time here quickly. Therefore, so nominations cease? All right. All those in favor of electing John Burchell as Chair of Human Relations Commission signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, you have your new chair. Vice Chair, is there a motion for Vice Chair?
I nominate and move to elect Chachi Rodriguez.
Okay, there's a motion to nominate and move to elect Chachi, as we call her, as Human Relations Commission and Vice Chair. Is there a second to this motion?
I second.
Are there any other nominations? Okay, then all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. You have your chair and vice chair. So thank you very much. That takes us to item 3.3, our 2021 work plan discussion.
Yes, and so we have a worksheet for you guys that just goes over a couple questions, and we will actually be adopting it in our December meeting, and that will be what you as a the commission would like to work on for the year 2020. And so today we just want to give you guys a time to answer some of these questions on, and some of these have already in your introduction kind of been answered, but just kind of open that dialogue. I give you guys the opportunity to ask us any questions that you guys may have. How can we support you? And just so you guys know, it's what would you like to get out of serving on the commission? What would you like to accomplish as you volunteer, on this commission? And how can we as a staff help you guys be successful to accomplish what you guys are wanting to accomplish? And so it's really a dialogue with you all, just trying to help as much as possible. Once we get a feeling for what you guys have provided us for, is our hope is to be able to come back to you in December with a proposed plan for you guys, so that you guys can review it and say, yes, this is something that we're wanting to work on. And it will be sent out in the packet, so you guys will have time to review it before you guys come to the actual meeting with any changes you want to make or any concerns or anything like that, so that we can also get to working on that, and then actually have a motion passed to adopt it in December, so that that's what you guys will be working on in 2021.
Is there any discussion at this time from any of the commissioners?
Do you want us to keep them in our binders, or do you want us to hand it to you after?
Handing it to me would be great, but it's really, I'd like to take the time, since we have this time right now, is even if we could go down the line to see, what is it that you would like to accomplish by serving on the commission?
For the new commissioners, I would add my viewpoints on this, and it's a couple. First, I want to add that anytime that you have any questions, the staff has always been phenomenal and responsive to any of my requests in the past, and I've made them a lot of questions. And I think you find that across the whole city staff organization. So please consider them a brilliant resource. But one of the things that this commission did since I've been on board is we've tried to raise the awareness of the issues that we address in the community. And I think we had a pretty good start with the diverse city, a celebration of the diversity within the city of Salina. And then we started some discussions. We held one at the Arts Center after viewing a film and talking about redlining. and the history in Kansas City of what happened, so people understand the impact this has. And then we're getting ready to do a book study on a brilliant book, and COVID came along. And kind of threw a monkey wrench in it. But I personally would like to see more and accomplish some more citywide discussions and information. I think this is an important issue, and I would add that the commission had started this, and I think as we've seen across this nation, a groundswell of people raising social justice issues. I think what we started fits right in with that, and I'd like to see that continue. But I don't know about the rest of you, so please feel free to dig into any of these questions.
I think what you were saying about bringing awareness, I think that there needs to be more now COVID-friendly type talks about different things that are going on, especially because sometimes some people just really don't know, and there needs to be education brought, just to help people understand, we are all different, but here are some similarities, and to, watch a movie and talk about it, discuss about it in a friendly manner, so that there's more of unity instead of, just always constant butting heads. So I do agree with Chair.
Yeah, I think at the same time, I would like the reason why I joined or attempted to join this commission is because I perceived within my work within the 5 years that I've been in the city, lack of differentiation, and so therefore lack of opportunity for understanding and valuing our differences. And so I'm hoping to, I guess going along with what you're saying, create more discussion so we can appreciate the difference, recognize them first, and then appreciate the differences, whether it's through educational fun activities or more formal events that we may be able to hold. And I think they would have impact not only for the adult voting citizens, but also particularly for children and teens that will, the repercussion will come to.
And I think the Diverse City event was one that was really geared towards family and children, and I think it was a low-key way to have some serious exposure and start some discussions within families and within the community. But also we were looking at some technical training for like landlords, and if our staff could explain, again, another one that COVID came along and snuck up on and stopped us, but we were looking at a conference earlier this year, and could you explain a little bit about the intent of that?
Yes, of course. So every year, our division has put on a fair housing conference. This year's was canceled due to COVID, but what we try to do is we try to provide the community with information on fair housing, on local ordinances, on the KRLTA, which is the Kansas Residential Landlord Tenant Act, and different topics specific in those. And so sometimes we'll get a speaker that talks specifically to assistance animals or to providing reasonable accommodations in housing. So it is all wrapped around housing specific, or the Fair Housing Seminar. But we try to get feedback every year to see what it is that the community is wanting more information on, and then we try to provide that more in-depth information the next year. And so in the past, it's been different sessions. We'll have a big session with the keynote speaker, and then we'll have breakout sessions to specific topics that relate to what the community feels like that's something that they're wanting to learn more about. We provide, there was a lunch involved, so it was really an all-day seminar, an all-day event that we were able to host and facilitate and have here. And it kind of grew and evolved over the years, and this year was something that was already planned and ready to go, and then we had to put a halt to it. And so we are looking to see what that looks like, whether it's through webinars or whether it's everything's changing now, so there's things that are happening, through social media or through making videos. And so what exactly that looks like, we're really not sure yet. But again, that's something that if you guys have ideas, or if there's something that you guys really want to see, or you guys have heard that this is a topic, or this is something, that would really, I believe would benefit the community, again, exploring those ideas and working together on that.
Thank you. Any other feedback to the questions that are before you?
So I really hope to accomplish just ensuring that we have a fair and equitable community for those that are either born here and living here, raised here, or are moving here. And I want to keep Salina at the forefront of community and governmental relations and resolutions. I heard an interview on the radio with the chief of police, and from what I had heard, it seemed as though there were no issues so far of police officers and community members. And I think that's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic with everything that we've seen in the news and social media. I want to make sure that we're on that track and we keep being a model community for not just police officers, but everybody in the government, for the citizens.
Okay, thank you. Any others? Hearing none, then we'll move on to the next item on our agenda, upcoming and outreach activities in the community. One of the things that we also want to do is, if the commissioners know of any events happening in the community that we might want to raise up that may not be on everyone's radar, this would be a very appropriate time to raise those. And if the staff knows of any that we should be aware of, we also use this time to raise those. So does anyone know of any events happening in town?
I guess, what do you mean by events?
Events that are appropriate to our commission that we might find informative or support the work of this commission, and that the public could attend, or the commissioners.
I mean, I think on October 20th, isn't the city commission like adjourning to discuss like the CRB? Or would that be something that would be willing to advertise, I guess, like the citizens like review board over like the police in like regards to like the LEAB?
Okay,
Is that
I mean,
something
that certainly could be something. Jane Elliott, I believe, is giving a presentation through the school district coming up, and I'm sorry I don't have the date with me. It's
Quickly approaching.
quickly, yeah, I mean, it's, yeah.
Yeah, let's see.
I know right now Kansas State is doing KSU Unite. I know that there is a concert on Friday. I don't know if it's open to the public, but I could talk to maybe Julie Rao, who is in charge of that, and see if maybe I could get the commissioners to come, because it is outside, COVID friendly and stuff, and maybe I
Okay.
can talk to her and just ask if just the board can come and kind of see how the students even unite in the sense.
And the Jane Elliott listening session is October 14th from 6 to 8 p.m.
Okay, so tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. And the Smoky Hill Museum, and another great organization through the city, is having a Zoom meeting, our presentation. They usually do their presentations, and their next one coming up is about the sit-in, I just lost the name of the store, the Dockham sit-in in Wichita some years ago, and it's a presentation about how they organize that to bring in segregation into the city and the response of the city. And because of where the presenter is, and because of COVID, it's a through Zoom, and if you contact Nona Miller at the Smoky Hill Museum, she can get a hold of a link for you to participate in that presentation, and should be an interesting one as well.
Right.
Any others?
Do you know the date for that?
It's always the first week of the month. First Tuesday, I think, is usually. Any other upcoming events that anyone would like to raise up?
So we don't currently have any outreach events. We hope for that to change in the future. I did want to just let the commission know that at one of our last meetings, the question was posed if we could have, I know you spoke to Chief Nelson, to see if he could come and speak to the commission. And so we're currently working on coordinating that and getting that scheduled into one of our upcoming meetings. So just so you guys are aware of that.
And the book study, or is that still on the table for future?
Everything is
Okay.
ready. I think that's definitely something, don't necessarily have a timeline yet, but it's something that we can look into.
The book is The Color of Law, and it's available in paperback or Kindle or the different e-versions, and it's well worth the time to read it, so I'd suggest that.
I would imagine meetings can happen over Zoom as well if we had to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Clint Smith talked about that today in our Zoom. He said it's a really good book.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's an excellent book. Any others? Hearing none, that this moves our meeting to the section of the public forum. I am looking for any members of the public out there, and I don't see any. So that we will just move on then. Is there a motion for adjournment?
I motion that we adjourn the meeting.
Is there a second?
I second that.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Hi.
Pose same sign. The meeting is adjourned.